The following program is paid for by JCD Creative and Advertising LLC and Archer Newberry Media Ventures LLC.
Hi, I'm Ricc Rollins, and this is Goin Places.
Goin Places with Ricc Rollins.
Hello, I'm Ricc Rollins, and welcome to Goin Places. Today, we take you to Water Street, the $3 billion development that's taking Tampa by storm. Then we go to the movies with Alicia Stafford for the hottest, greatest, latest movies. And we continue our conversation with Mayor Castor. But first up, what to do on a Saturday when it's raining? Have we got an idea for you? Our James Zarnick takes you to the place where bargains are birthed, born, and delivered. It's the Red Barn Flea Market right in Manatee County. Take a look.
It's summer in Florida, and one thing you can count on is the rain. But you don't have to let the rain ruin your whole day. There's a place where the smell of food fills the air, the sound of live music hums through the hallways, and people in search of finding their next hidden treasure. The Red Barn in Bradenton combines a traditional flea market, plaza shops, food courts, and an open-air farmer's market. A traditional stop for some, or others, an every weekend experience.
We came here about 6 years ago when our friends moved, and I love it here.
We come like every weekend.
Every weekend.
Yeah, it's a really exciting place.
Over 600 vendors inside the Red Barn. This is the perfect place to spend hours on a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. From toys all the way to jewelry, haircuts, you name it, you can find it inside the Red Barn. Best part, 80,000 square feet of this place is air conditioned for those hot summer rainy days.
The vendors that we have here, it's so multicultural, it's multi-generational.
My mom had it for 30 years, I've had it for about 12.
In August, it'll be 24 years.
Well, I haven't been here long. This is my 6th weekend.
I came here probably 2 summers ago, so almost 2 years now.
The Red Barn is a melting pot of experiences and has something for everyone in the family.
There's so many things that you can buy here, and that's even affordable for me too. And I mean, it's amazing here. There's a whole bunch of shops. I mean, there's like a whole lot of toys I can pretty much buy. And yeah, I think this place is great.
You're bound to find something you needed, something you wanted, or maybe even that little something you didn't know you had to have.
No, there's more attractions here than almost any place you go to. You can go in here and buy almost anything you want. Anything you can find is in the Red Barn.
Probably the variety. I've had more comments that, oh, this is a neat shop because there's nothing here like it, but they've got jewelry, they've got clothing, t-shirts, anything you want, they've got.
Number one, we have beautiful stores on this row here and all over.
This place is chock full of all types of people, and they're a lot of fun.
There's not very many things that I don't think you can't find here.
From clothing to collectibles, vintage shops to fresh produce, they have it all inside the Red Barn, and a perfect place for you to spend a couple hours on your weekend. From Bradenton at the Red Barn, it's James Zarnick with Goin Places. Coming up, Charles Bly takes you to Water Street. It's Goin Places with Ricc Rollins.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
every day.
Every day.
Millions of people are connecting.
And even though we're overcoming obstacles,
watching each other's backs,
and banding together,
we should still make an effort.
We should still make an effort
to get to know each other
on a deeper level.
Father,
cosplayer,
mentor,
actor.
It's time we take a step forward.
It's time we take a step forward.
Come together
and discover
how accepting our differences
can make us stronger.
You think this view is something? Charles Belli takes us to the view that is phenomenal, bold, bodacious, innovative. It's called Water Street. Take a look.
Earth, home to almost 8 billion people. And Florida, home to more than 20 million. What started as a quiet, serene subtropical peninsula has now turned into a booming metropolis where the world comes to live, work, and play. But popularity breeds problems. Tampa and its surrounding cities are bursting at the seams. Urban sprawl is rampant. It's said that necessity is the mother of invention. It's the time brave visionaries enter with brave new solutions. Fortunately for Tampa, brave new visionaries have already stepped forward. The new vision is growing out of the dirt before our very eyes. Welcome to Water Street, Tampa. Water Street is a city within a city. It's the brainchild of Strategic Property Partners, a venture between Microsoft founder Bill Gates' Cascade Investment and Tampa Bay Lightning owner Jeff Vinik. A massive urban development project with more than 9 million square feet of commercial, residential, hospitality, educational, entertainment, cultural, and retail space that will be built over 10 years. And the streetscape template is inspired by some of the most famous destinations in the world.
This is completely unique to Tampa, but also on par with any major gateway city in the world. We've modeled our main spine of the project after some of the grand pedestrian avenues of Europe, like Las Ramblas or Champs-Élysées in Paris.
You can see that in this video from more than 20 stories up. 45-foot wide sidewalks with hand-picked mature live oaks and bald cypress trees that already form a canopy. Completely integrated technology runs like arteries through the entire project, able to be modified and updated as Wi-Fi advances from 5G to whatever lies ahead. Some of the towers are already built and occupied, forming concrete canyons.
So go big or go home.
Go big or go home.
Is that the way you guys were thinking when you designed this?
We were trying to make this the most world-class project we can, and every detail, every element was programmed to the nth degree.
That attention to detail is evident everywhere, from the luxurious new JW Marriott Hotel to the stunning new residential properties. This is Heron, a twin-tower masterpiece designed by award-winning architectural firm Cohn Peterson Fox. The views from the rental units and the rooftop pool are remarkable, and the developers say the demand is record-setting.
We began leasing at the end of the year, the waning days of December, and we are currently 70% leased on our first building.
Calling this an ambitious or impressive project would be a gross understatement. We're talking about a $3 billion development underwritten by Bill Gates himself. Check it out. From the architectural significance of Heron to the USF Health Morsani College of Medicine, and of course, the density, something Tampa hasn't seen before.
Well, it is significant because, as you stated, it's transformational for our city.
Tampa Mayor Jane Castor says Water Street has been a game changer because of what the developers saw in the Big Guava.
So you came to Tampa because of everything that we have to offer. And they all sort of laughed and said, no, this is the best kept secret.
What's not a secret is this: Addition. It will be Tampa's first 5-star hotel and the tallest structure in Phase 1. Its development speaks volumes.
This is the culmination of a lot of hard work and proof that Tampa is on the map, and the addition is very proof positive that Tampa has arrived.
So if all of this excitement is making your heart race, just wait. You ain't seen nothing yet. In Tampa, I'm Charles Belay, Goin Places. Why don't you come along?
Coming up, Delisha Stanford takes you to the movies. It's Goin Places with Ricc Rollins. Over 95% of people are more likely to interact with a video ad compared to a text ad. Right now, JCD Creative and Advertising has a fantastic deal for your business to get in front of that 95% of people. Right now, get a free professionally shot and edited video for your business with the purchase of an advertising package. This is over $5,000 savings for your business, but you gotta act fast because there's limited time and availability for this deal. Email contact@jcdcreative.net to reserve your business's spot for this fantastic deal. We look forward to working with your business and helping you stand out above the rest as we take a creative approach to advertising at JCD Creative and Advertising.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Every day,
Millions of people are connecting
and even though we're overcoming obstacles,
Watching each other's backs,
and banding together.
we should still make an effort.
We should still make an
to
effort.
get to know each other,
on a deeper level.
Father,
cosplayer,
Mentor.
actor.
it's time we take a step forward
It's time we take a step forward
Come together.
and discover
how accepting our differences
can make us stronger.
Okay, I need some popcorn and I need some goobers. No, I don't want goobers, I want Twizzlers and I want a large soda. Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, we're about to go to the movies. And of course you always eat snacks. But what you need to snack on is the hottest movies from Alicia Stafford.
I'm Alicia Stanford. Let's go to the movies. They seem to live life only in the fast lane. The Fast and Furious crew is taking us on yet another cinematic adventure. The film is simply titled, but there's a lot simmering beneath the surface in F9.
Y'all ever thought about the wild missions we've been on? We've taken out planes, trains, tanks. I'm not going to even think about the submarine.
Yes, the Fast and Furious crew has had quite a few adventures over the past 2 decades, and they're not slowing down yet, as much as Vin Diesel's Dom might want them to. He's a dad now and wants to spend more time with his family. But a surprising new bad guy has emerged, and it cuts close to home.
Been a long time, Dom. Little brother.
John Cena is now part of the family, and let's just say he's up to no good.
He's got his own private army. We need help.
Jordana Brewster plays Mia, Dom's sister, and has been with the franchise since the first film. Her character has changed a lot over the years, including getting more opportunities to get in on the action. Brewster put in a lot of training time to make sure she could participate in the intricate stunts, and credits co-star Michelle Rodriguez for leading the way to get the women more action.
It wasn't just on this one that she's been fighting for the female character. She's been fighting since day one. And I think what was really important to us on this one wasn't only that we were a part of the action, because Michelle's always been a part of the action. I was the one that trying to edge in there, but also that our history as friends. Like Letty and Mia are friends, but then the audience doesn't get to see, like, okay, do they hang out? Like, what do they argue about? How do they feel about Dom? What are the other issues they talk about? And so I feel like that is also something we both want to explore further.
And speaking of strong women, Oscar winner Charlize Theron and Helen Mirren have hitched their stars to this episode of the franchise. Of course, F9 delivers when it comes to crazy fights and outlandish stunts, delivering with the same high intensity for which the franchise is famous.
Jordana Brewster says in the future she hopes a Fast and Furious chapter might be focused on the female characters. Until then, I'm Alicia Stanford, and that's what's going on at the movies.
Coming up, part 2 of Rick's sit-down with Tampa Mayor Castor. It's Goin Places. Over 95% of people are more likely to interact with a video ad compared to a text ad. Right now, JCD Creative and Advertising has a fantastic deal for your business to get in front of that 95% of people. Right now, get a free professionally shot and edited video for your business with the purchase of an advertising package. This is over $5,000 savings for your business, but you gotta act fast because there's limited time and availability for this deal. Email contact@jcdcreative.net to reserve your business's spot for this fantastic deal. We look forward to working with your business and helping you stand out above the rest as we take a creative approach to advertising at JCD Creative and Advertising.
Every day,
Millions of people are connecting
and even though we're overcoming obstacles,
watching each other's backs,
and banding together.
we should still make an effort.
We should still make an
to
effort.
get to know each other,
on a deeper level.
Father,
cosplayer,
Mentor.
actor.
it's time we take a step forward
It's time we take a step forward
Come together.
and discover
how accepting our differences
can make us stronger.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
I lost both my grandfathers when I was very young, but I still have both my grandmothers around. Still getting to see them and still getting to work with them, you know, that's something that I realized they need people that can help them because one, insurance is confusing. There's nothing fun about it, but there are legitimately tons of ways that you can get help through a lot of these different types of programs. You know, there's different plans, different companies, you know, and as you get older, you're gonna realize that your healthcare and your needs are gonna change and you're gonna need different things. If it's dental, you know, like if you're gonna have surgeries or you're getting tons of tests done, there's so many different ways that you can help yourself and there's so many different programs like, you know, if you're having trouble paying for prescriptions, like that's something you can get help with. If you need help applying for like Medicaid or things to get, you know, more affordable health care depending on what your income is. There's so many different ways that you can help yourself, and that's where I come in. I'm not what you would call a captive agent, so I don't work with just one company. I'm a broker, so I try to work with as many different companies and as many different types of plans that I can. You know, we do the Advantage plans, we do the supplement plans and the prescription drug plans, so I'm not so much concerned about the company. I want to make sure that your needs are met.
Reach out to DZB Medicare Solutions today. Call or text 813-521-4466. That's 813-521-4466.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on, man, let's put a ride home.
We continue our conversation with Mayor Jane Castor as we talk about her time with TPD. So in the day-to-day, we talked about the shoulders and how strong they have to be. People are calling you for help, and they stop you in the street. And is there a moment when you feel helpless, and it's like, wow, I can only do so much. I can only help so many people. How do you balance that?
Yeah. I wouldn't say that I ever feel helpless. You know, there are big things that you want to accomplish, and in order to do that, you have to have an incredible team around you. Because that's another thing that I learned as the chief of police, is that you don't have the time every day to get down into the details of running the police department or running the city. So you have to have an incredible team around you. In the position of police chief or mayor, the community owns you. And so you are the face of the community.
So as we conduct this interview, there's sirens going on. When you hear sirens, does that take you back to your days as?
Oh, yes.
And and when you hear them, what do you think about?
Well, you just think about you know, the individuals that are on the other end of that call. And it makes me incredibly proud of all of our men and women in uniform, those frontline workers that are out there putting their lives on the line every day to help our community. And so, you know, there's always that heartfelt concern for the individuals that are calling 911, but that gratitude that there are men and women on the other end of it that will run into the unknown to help our residents, sometimes costing their lives. And so, you know, it really makes me proud.
We sit today across the street from the museum and that memorial to all the slain officers. You worked with some of those people. On a day-to-day, you too put your life on the line as you worked your way up the ranks. What would you say that is probably the most, or the largest, or the greatest misconception when it comes to what those officers do?
Well, I think the largest misconception is what people see on television. You know, it's and what the media has portrayed police officers as a group of individuals that come together for roll call and then they go out looking for black males to shoot. And there couldn't be anything further from the truth. Very few police officers ever get involved in shootings. Matter of fact, everything that they train for is to avoid any type of confrontation, de-escalation. Everything that they do is to avoid that. No one wants to take a human life. And when you look at what they do day to day, vast majority, probably 95% or more, is social work. They're out there dealing with individuals who have mental health problems, domestic violence, addiction, those types of issues that they're out there helping our community with every day. And that's why I always encourage the public to know their police department, attend the Citizens Police Academy, have a front porch roll call where you invite police officers that patrol your neighborhood out to your house to have a roll call so you can meet them face to face, and you'll meet some very amazing individuals. So it's, I think that's the biggest misconception.
That's good. I like that. When we were doing the promo, I got a chance to talk to this police officer, and you could tell he didn't want to be on camera, but I said, I just need you. Can you help? And he was really good about that. So we appreciate him. How did you decide that you wanted to be a police officer?
You know, that's not a really great story because I went to the University of Tampa on an athletic scholarship.
Go Spartans!
Well, I know, which really was the key to, you know, anything that I have been able to accomplish.
Wow.
So I am forever indebted to the University of Tampa because they gave me the opportunity of a lifetime. My dad was a cabinet maker, 5 kids. There really wasn't although education was appreciated and encouraged, there was no money for college. So a free ride to UT was the ticket. And I studied criminology with aspirations of going into the federal service. And then President Reagan put a freeze on hiring. And I had a few friends that I'd gone to UT with that said, you should come to the police department, you would love it. So I really went in having no idea what I was getting into, but I feel forever blessed because for 31 years, it was never a day I didn't want to go to work.
Wow.
I absolutely love being a police officer and being able to go out and help my community and to affect positive change.
Okay, I want to go back a little bit. Let's talk about little Jane Castor.
I was never little. I tell everybody I was like 6 foot in the second grade, tall and skinny.
We'll show you the pictures. But growing up, you talk about the humble beginnings. What was it like in the Castor household?
You know, it was very interesting. We I guess were poor in the monetary sense, but not in the sense of love and support and encouragement. The in-laws in my family say that my brothers and sisters and I are not normal because we're all best friends.
Oh, wow.
So we, and you know, we grew up on a little lane, little shell road that only had 8 houses on it.
Wow.
And so literally it wasn't until I got to high school that I realized my family was poor. I was like, whoa, I went to Chamberlain, so you know, a lot of the Carrollwood kids, the real Carrollwood. Yeah, they had the money, and so, you know, I was the one that I was involved in every sport there was. So my parents, you know, gave me the old clunker car, so I'd have to park it like a block away so nobody'd see me driving it. But anyway, it's good. You know, those are the kind of things that at the time you don't necessarily appreciate, but they provide those life lessons and that really that inner encouragement and that inner strength that, you know, that will give you the confidence to go for your dreams.
Well, hopefully you enjoyed this edition of Goin Places. Next week, we continue our conversation with the mayor, and we take you to more places that are fabulous, introducing you to the people that are interesting and inspiring. Until next time, I'm Goin Places. Don't you want to go along? Take care.
The preceding program was paid for by JCD Creative and Advertising LLC and Archer Newberry Media Ventures LLC.